What's going on, everyone? This is Chris Weidman, and I appreciate you guys checking out my channel and the latest episode of my podcast, Won't Back Down. I've got a great show planned for today, but before we do that, I just want to give a quick shout out to my presenting sponsor, BioAccelerator. BioAccelerator is the world leader in stem cell therapy and regenerative medical research. Through the use of their powerful golden stem cells, they help patients heal from joint and orthopedic injuries, autoimmune disorders, spine and disc damage, and neurological trauma. I went down to Medellin, Colombia to BioAccelerator a few weeks ago, and I honestly feel so much better. They took care of me in a first-class manner. I did all types of things from being injected with the stem cells to hyperbaric chambers to massage, and it was almost like a wellness vacation. Amazing food down in Colombia as well as an extra bonus. I highly recommend you guys checking them out. I just want to thank BioAccelerator again for helping me create this show, Won't Back Down, which also is available on Spotify and wherever you get your podcasts. I'm going to go back to one of my earlier questions. So, now this is more honest and not BSing. You've had a crazy career with all Long Island guys, pretty much, other than Marab.
Right.
How many fighters in the UFC? I don't know how many fighters you brought to the UFC, but all Long Island guys, New York guys. How is this happening? Like, in your eyes, I mean, it's a rare thing. We don't recruit. We don't try to get guys to come to our gym like a lot of other gyms out there. And really, till this day, we really have some of the best guys in the world, fighting out of our gym. What do you think think's happening there?
Well, a couple of things. Number one, I love being the underdog. I love it. I did that. That's what really motivates me. The guy's got no shot to win this fight. Really? He's got no shot. That guy's that good. You think he's that good? He's got two hands and legs and everything my guy has. And that's really what used to motivate me with that shit is that, I'm a nobody. You know what I mean? But I never ever thought of myself like that. And I never thought of my fighters like that. And, even I'm in Florida now. I went to visit Sanford MMA. Chris, the facility is unbelievable. It's unbelievable. Like that facility. And, I love Henry Huff. He's a straight shooter. He's honest. I can't even tell you what I was looking at, but it motivates me. Like I said, we had this conversation earlier today. What we did with a little gym with nothing is mind-boggling, but that's why we did it, because that's the shit that motivates me. I want to have that pressure on me as a trainer that you got doctors 24/7, you have this, you have the steam room, that's good, man. But you know what? When that door closes, you guys got to fight. You know what I mean? Period. I don't think like a lot of these Dagestani guys we're seeing coming up now, I don't think they're in the biggest facilities, but man, they're bringing heart, determination, hard work, great skill with the wrestling, different ball games. So
disciplined people too.
Yeah, disciplined people.
Most of them like very, Muslim, strong in their faith. So they're not drinking, they're not going out.
100%.
They eat, they sleep, they train, and they go to the mosque, and do their prayers. And that's it. I mean, it's a very disciplined lifestyle. And that's how we want to be as Americans. But as Americans, we have so much going on and we're pulled in all these different directions. We're all over the place, right? I think that's part of not even just Americans, just people that don't have a strong faith in something greater than themselves that humbles them and grounds them to be able to focus on something like that. It's a very like samurai type mindset to have. And it's hard to have that.
Well, it's hard to have it here because we live in a very pluralistic society, right? There's 200 religions here. And, not that you want freedom of choice and everything, but on that level, I'm not saying it's good or bad, but it might weaken something, right? When you just grow up one way and you have that belief, you know what I mean? Like a kamikaze belief. That's a dangerous guy. It really is. Like over here, we go, well, it could be this, or I do this, or I'll switch to Catholicism, or I'm going to go, I'm going to be a Muslim tomorrow. How many people have done, but over there, I think it's a little different. I can't really speak about it because I don't know, but they are very, very disciplined. But again, that's what turns me on. I like being the underdog, and I like, being able to convey to you guys that you could do anything you fucking want. I'm not buying into it. You could buy into it because the guy's got this, or he trains here, I don't care. I really don't, I try to create our own belief system that, we could do anything. And I think it's always worked out as long as you're working hard. Because I'll tell you, the second that stops, I don't want to keep going back to that. To me, things just start to weaken. And even if you worked your ass off, you work hard and you lose, you're still a winner. That's the difference. But if you didn't work hard, then you actually are a loser, because you could have controlled that and you chose not to. And that's a huge thing, man.
Yeah. And do you feel bad for those people
that choose not to work hard?
Yeah.
How hard? Why would I feel bad for them?
And you're probably not in their corner really, really like pumped to be there and expecting great things from, right? When you don't see someone giving 100%, how are you going to give 100% of yourself, right?
It's a good point.
And I think that's what separates our gym, and honestly what separates you from all these other coaches, and all respect to other coaches, but I think what you bring to the table is very unique. It can't be taught. It's something that is just naturally in you. One, you're very smart. You're in the MMA world. Typically, not the smartest people in the world want to turn into MMA coaches, right? But you come from an accounting background, and that's all respect to everybody out there. You come from an accounting background. You're obviously a smart dude, but what I think is your most valuable weapon and what makes you actually really intelligent is the way you understand people and the way you're able to connect with people, because I don't think a lot of people could do that. You come off as very real and honest, and if you're not feeling somebody, they know. But if you believe in somebody, you're going to give them every single ounce of yourself. You know what I mean? You're there on Sundays. You're sacrificing time, with your family and whatever you want to do personally. If you have a dinner that you might want to go to, nope. If you find out Marab wants to do a workout on a Sunday, that's what you're doing. You know what I mean? Or, through the years, you've sacrificed so much.
There was a lot of sacrifice.
And then in return, the fighter sees this. They see how much you're doing for them, and me included. And they see your confidence in them and all the hard work and everything that you're putting in. And then in return, they want to honor you. They want to make sure you're proud of them. You know what I mean? Like, to know that I'm making you proud, and like the athlete's making you proud. It's going to get weird if I start talking about myself with you. It's going to get we're going to start crying. So I'm trying to use other people as the example, but you want to make Ray proud. You don't want him to look bad. If he actually truly believes you should be winning these fights, you don't want to make him look like a liar. Like, you want to prove him right. And I don't think you get that anywhere else. Let's say there's 5 or 6 fighters, right? I don't know what your max is that you could actually spend with a fighter to make them the top level championship fighter. I don't know how many guys you could do at a time. I know it's not that many. It's impossible, because you have to give so much, right? You have to get to know them personally. You're gonna have to stay. You're talking to them after practice. It's not just like, they're here for this practice and they're done. No, you're texting, you're calling, you get to know their families. You're talking to them about every personal issue that they have in their life since the beginning. Like, everything about me, everything I've ever gone through, which is the crazy highs and obviously crazy lows. More than almost anybody in my whole life, because after a workout, you were the guy who was there, and I'm able to, trust. And then we're going into this battle together. We go into this fight, and it's like to have you there with me, behind me, knowing that you've been with me from the beginning, every step of the way, through every crazy hard workout, through all the highs and the lows. It gives a confidence that can't be broke. The guy's going to beat you. If he does beat you, it's because he was better than you that night. That's it. It's not because you didn't put the work in. It's not because you don't have great coaching and great training. I knew going into a fight that I'm prepared because you're telling me I'm prepared. And that gives a confidence that is world champion level confidence. You know what I mean? That I'm going to be the world champion because you got you who's there the whole way doing everything you possibly can to make sure that we develop that.
Yeah, and you lose, I lose, man. I take those losses hard. I might fake it, and I have to be like politically correct, but the losses absolutely fucking kill me. Again, I'm just saying that like between me and you, because like when I'm out there, you still, you can't act like a complete idiot. But yeah, I look back like again, the sacrifices were crazy. That's the only thing I could have screwed up is I took too much time away from my family, but I still think I balanced it. And, I had Vilma, she was unbelievable with the kids. And, I think it's almost lucky I had two girls because they weren't playing sports. I didn't have to go to the games and stuff. So everything works out for a reason, but I think I pulled it off. But that if there was an area with the sacrifices, like you said, look at it. One night, come on, before the Sakara fight, we couldn't train because you had Cassidy, I think. And I brought my daughter Danielle down to watch she's watching Cassidy at 10 o'clock on a Sunday night while you're pushing the car in front of the building. I mean, you can't make this shit up, though. But you know what I'm saying? Like, we would do anything to get that training session in. It wasn't like, I'm tired, I'm doing this. No, we're doing it. We have to do it. We have to win. And I felt that was a very important part. And plus all the other connections you make, so.
And that's why, like these other gyms, these super gyms, they got the hyperbaric chambers, they got the saunas, they're, mat space for days, tons of training partners, everything's in there, everything you possibly want, chiropractors, orthopedists. They got everything you could ever want if you had to plug in exactly what you would want in a gym. But what they don't have is a guy like you, a team, and Matt, this is your day on the podcast, but obviously we all know Matt's a big part of it as well. But
without him, I'm not here. So I want to make that perfect.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. Thanks for watching today's episode. If you enjoyed it, please let us know in the comments below. Won't Back Down is also available as a podcast, so feel free to give us a follow wherever you get your podcasts.